TOMz.
Oh yes, Nzansi, it's that time again where we get to bring you the best in sci-tech edutainment, and this is of course Teenagers on a Mission right here on SABC One Nzansi for sure.
Absolutely, futhi course and particularly the best in sci-tech edutainment. Namhlanje ke is no different, but we are going to take a twist and talk about something more serious because it is affecting ilizwe lethu.
True story. Now lento ke inkinga ekhula mihla namalanga, especially lana eMzansi. Namhlanje we're sikhuluma nge-substance abuse kwi-youth yethu.
Ewe, abantu abatsha have found themselves in situations where they are addicted to some sort of substance abuse, and this is not cool.
Absolutely right. But with that being said, Bafethu, let's get the show on the road.
Yeah.
Substance abuse yona ena le history e ngata haholo mo lefatsheng la rona kaofela, ene batho ba e sebedisa for self-medicating kapa to treat depression. Mo Afrika Borwa we regarded as one of the top countries ba sebedisang botjwala le diritibatsi mo lefatsheng le kaofela. The problem with substance abuse kore e senya motho, di families le di communities tsa rona. Substance abuse yona hantlentle ke eng ebile what does it comprise of? The production of alcohol and certain drugs ikgutlela morao diketekete tsa dilemo tse fetileng. The future of substance abuse here re bona hola le diritibatsi tse kotsi haholo tse leng gore batho ba tlo di sebedisa. Re bona gore wena o tseba hakakang ha re bapola the TOMz with.
Alright, Mzansi, namhlanje we're all about substance abuse, so it's only fitting that I ask the following question, right? Let's see what you guys had to say on social media. On Facebook, spethu aphiwe uthi idakamizwa zidla ama brain cells womuntu. True story actually. Wesibili siphethe uZanele, yena ke uthi ugcina ususpenda imali ngisho ngenayo ugcina nokutshontsha izinto zabazali. Sure, that's very true. Now keep them coming on social media. On Facebook, we are TOMz, on Twitter at TOMz_SABC_1. Right now, it's Batini. Let's go, Carl. Now, Mzansi, we've heard what you guys had to say on social media about substance abuse. Namhlanje bafethu all the way at Inoti Secondary School. Siswami, unjani?
Right, wena.
Lena ke right there. Now, Siswami, ngifuna ukwazi nebe ngithi substance abuse, what comes to mind?
Substance abuse ke di substances tse batho ba di sebedisang go tsana le di drugs bo matekwane
ka batho ba tlhekefetsang di ida ke jwala or drugs.
Substance abuse ke nana go bua ka tsebo ka mokgwa batho ba itlhekefetsang ka teng ka jwala di drugs lo like the drugs.
Why do people actually do the drugs or take alcohol?
Ke nana gore ke maemo a ka tlung ba bang then ba hlekefetswa ka tlung then ha ba khutla ba tla ntsha stress ka di drugs tseo ba bang ke ba khotsi ba bana ba ba influencang ka tsona.
Some of them banana stress. Yeah.
And why do you think utshwala no mama drugs aren't good for you?
Because the bronzing is a future.
Because came to excite line ke nana ha ke di etsa di tlo senya future ka tletsa go batho ba around me ba fetwele nna be ke fetwela batho ke etsa ke kala ke fetwe ke etsa ntho tse seng hantle.
Namhlanje sifunda kakhulu ngendaba that is affecting Mzansi Africa. This is substance abuse, especially among abantu abatsha. Let's check this out.
Diritibatsi ke ntho engwe le engwe e leng gore e kenya mo mmeleng wa hao to alter your normal state. Substance abuse ke meleng gore sebedisa diritibatsi, and it describes as a pattern mo leng gore sebedisa diritibatsi mo mmeleng wa hao when you are harmful to yourself. Substance abuse ke meleng gore o sebedisa diritibatsi o a sokola to function ha le gore ha wa di sebedisa mo mmeleng wa hao, and persisting use of drugs ha le gore di a o lematsa mo mmeleng wa hao mo leng gore you have priority over drugs than other activities. Ebile ha o ba le di withdrawal symptoms either physically or psychologically. Hona di drugs tse ngata he mo Afrika Borwa tse tsebahalang jwalo ka bojalwa, matekwane, mandrax, nyaupe, heroin, crystal meth, cocaine, cat, ecstasy, le ntho e ba bitsa gore ke flaka. Self-medication he ke yona ntho e etsang gore batho ba etse substance abuse ka bongata, and ba batla ho treata di conditions tse tshwana le stress, anxiety, pain, mental illness, depression, trauma le loneliness. Hona le di alcoholic beverages tse itseng tse ba di entseng ko ancient Egypt civilization le ko China ho tloela ka 7000 BC. Ko India he ba le ba etsa a distilled rice drink mahareng a 3000 le 2000 BC. Diritibatsi tse tshwana le opium, mushrooms, matekwane, le the other psychoactive and hallucinogenic drugs ba le ba di sebedisa he batho ka hara the Stone Age diketekete tsa dilemo tse fetileng. Diritibatsi di sebediswa ka mabaka a mangata a itseng a tshwana le spiritual, medicinal, herbal, recreational, sacrificial and ritual purposes. Drug production here ile qala ho fihla ka mara di communities tsa rona ka di drugs tse ba di entseng in a factory ka di 1820s mo leng gore ba bitsa the commercialization of morphine.
Nabafethu utshwala buye buthikameze one's emotions, vision, hearing as well as movement.
Very, very true. And utywala ke is the most dangerous substance, but it's the most commonly used. Futhi ubungozi bayo is often overlooked.
Sure, true story. I mean, ngifuna ukwazi lapha emakhaya ngicabanga ngalolu daba. Hit us up on social media, and while you do exactly that, we take a quick commercial break. We'll see you on the flip side of this.
Namkelekile back to SABC Mzansi for sure, bantu abahle baseMzansi Africa. This is Teenagers on a Mission.
True story. Now, namhlanje bafethu satikete udaba le substance abuse, right? So, siyabantu, we undergo a lot of stress, whether it's from work, school, abangani, imdeni, it's a lot, mate. Kodwa unfortunately, abanye abantu baye babheke kwi-substance abuse just because bafuna ukudilana lento ababhekene nayo.
Very true. Kodwa namhlanje ke sodibana nomnye umuntu ozozikhombisa indlela on how to combat indaba ye-addiction when it comes to alcohol and substance abuse.
Let's go cover. All right, Mzansi, it's that time again. It's that time again for the mission, Baba. And I'm trying to be all the way in Linden. We've got to see you on this beautiful mission, and you know the drill. I cannot do this mission thing alone. So let's meet today's teenager. Come on, John, my boy. Are you nice? Nice.
Well, my name is Tato. From Gitzlot, and I'm an actor.
You're an actor. Nice one. I'll tell you what, I'm my boy. So about is substance abuse. We're at a rehab center, so are you excited?
I'm very excited.
I trust now that you're just as excited. So, my boy, let's bang it.
How are you guys?
I'm good, how are you?
How are you doing? You alright?
See you.
Jason, how are you?
Tato.
Nice meeting you, Tato.
Cool stuff. Thank you. So, Tato and I are from a show called TOMz on SABC 1, and today's mission basically is to learn about substance abuse.
Alright.
Cool stuff. So, could you kindly introduce yourself to the people and tell us a little bit more about yourself and what is it that you do here?
Alright, my name is Jason. I'm an addiction counselor. I help people who suffer with addiction, substance abuse, any mind or mood altering substances. I'm a recovering addict myself, and I've been using drugs most probably since I was like 16, 17. Started with weed, you know, smoking weed, hanging out with people at school, smoking weed break time. And the guys that I started smoking weed with, you know, others stopped, others carried on drinking with me, but I knew there was a problem. You know, I just did not know what was wrong with me, because if I open a bottle of brandy, I wanted to finish it. You know, other guys will have a little bit, maybe just one glass and go home. I wanted to finish the whole bottle. And it carried on in my adulthood that I got introduced to cocaine. My addiction had grown so much and very fast. It progressed very fast that I just became a hopeless bum. You know, I lived to use and used to live. You know, from cocaine, I ended up just progressing into all other different drugs until I started doing crack cocaine and heroin. Because the drug that you start with, it's not going to be useful anymore. You're going to need something stronger, and then you will evolve and go to stronger substances. So everybody always ends up using heroin.
Diritibatsi ha ho di sebedisa ka mara kelelo ya hao, they alter your mood, emotions le behaviors ka hore di change chemistry e le mo keleleng ya hao, and into etsa hore perception ya hao e impactehe ka tsela e itseng hore o tlo kgona ho buisana le lefatshe ka tsela e itseng. Mind altering drugs he di etsa hore di bodily functions tsa hao di tsamaye hanyane, and it is necessary for living, and ntho tse tshwana le blood pressure, respiration, heart rate ke tshweleng hore he di affect ya mo mmeleng wa hao. The chemical messages tse bitsang hore ke di neurotransmitters di affect ya ka mo hara mmele wa hao, and it changes ntho tse tshwanang le dopamine, serotonin, and it regulates moods, emotions, enhances pleasure, and ebile ke ntho e leng gore e involve movement le attention mo mmeleng wa hao. The regions tse itseng ka mo hara kelelo ya hao di a change ka lebaka la drug abuse, and ha e le gore o sebedisa diritibatsi tse ngata o impacta kelelo ya hao le di-chemicals tse leng ka mo hara yona, and ntho yona e etsa gore o dule o batla di-drugs o be le di-withdrawal symptoms ha e le gore ha wa di fumana, and ntho eo e etsa gore e change process e leng ka mo hara mmele wa hao.
Okay, so o bereka le batho ba usang diritibatsi on a daily basis, right? So what are some of the causes that you see that cause people to use drugs?
So most of the people, it's peer pressure, seeking validation. You know, it's people of all different walks of life. Others look for something to numb the pain. You know, people use drugs to be happy. Others, they use drugs because they are sad and they want to be happy. So most of the people that I've treated, and even in my case, it started as fun. With addiction, you know, there's no successful addict. You might be successful now, but it always ends bad. People die with addiction. You end up in prison because of addiction. It starts with our behavior. You know, it's the behavior that we look at. What makes one use drugs?
The production of pharmaceutical drugs ke meriana e itseng e leng gore e etsa ke batho ka manufacturing. Pele ya gore o sebedise diritibatsi tseo, they are manufactured ke di-scientists, and di-scientists tseo they evaluate and develop solutions tse tlo kgonang go thusa gore o di nwe in a solid form, ebile ha o tlo kgona go di nwa as pidisi e tlo kgonang go fodisa mo mmeleng wa hao. Mo processing eo he ba etsa gore ntho tseo di be a powder gore ba tlo kgona go di kopanya hantle e be moriana o leng in a solid form. Pele ba etsa diritibatsi tseo, di-scientists they evaluate and develop di-solutions tse tlo kgonang go thusa he gore o nwe dipidisi kapa o nwe dintho tse tlo kgonang go fodisa in a capsule form. Product eo it undergoes ntho e ba bitsang gore ke a milling phase mo leng gore ba theosa the size of the powder ya diritibatsi tseo. The next process e bitsa gore ke granulation, ke mo e leng gore ba ka di-particles tseo ba di kopantse kaofela gore ba etse ntho e ba bitsang gore ke di-granules. Di-granules tseo ba sebedisa mofuthu, pressure le agitation gore ba tlo kgona go di kopantsha hantle, and di-particles tsa teng ke tsone tse o fodisang ka mo hara mmele wa hao.
So siyazi ukuthi intsha namhlanje, the youth of South Africa, like drug and alcohol abuse is very rife. Mina ngifuna ukwazi, how does one actually get to a point where they're like, okay, actually I do have a problem. I am abusing drugs, I am abusing alcohol.
You know, many people come for help after their lives have become unmanageable. So we do run programs, however, you know, in primary schools and high schools where we try and educate the youths, you know, what type of drugs that they are out there, you know, make them know what is a drug, how these drugs look like. In case they see them at school, they should report to the teacher, because by the time people come in here, they've messed up their lives so badly, because addiction is a disease, just like HIV, like diabetes, but with addiction, it takes you hostage in your own body. You can't function as a normal member of society. People have to lose stuff before they realize that they have a problem, because most of the time, like what you said, it's denial, you know, because as long as they haven't lost any cars, lost their husbands or wives, lost their jobs, they're still in denial, you know, because they have the money, they go to work every day, they can buy the drugs, they have a flashy car, they have a nice house, but they're not coping with life on life's terms. So denial is a huge thing, and also the stigma attached to addiction. You know, people look at addiction as only the hobos, you know. The addicts and alcoholics are in, you know, in the professional industries, you know, the rich and the poor. You know, addiction attacks anybody, no matter who you are, no matter what race you are. It's a disease. It does not choose race or color or skin.
Yeah, now umzimba womuntu is a complex and sensitive network that uma ke usowenza idakamizwa ke kube khona imonakalo omubi, and futhi lo monakalo lo obusowenzekile ke kube nzima ukureverse yebo leyo nto. And uma unempilo yodwa, why ukhetha ukuthi uyichithele phansi ngenxa nje yedakamizwa, utshwala njalo njalo?
Very good questions here. Kanisazi senke, what you guys think about le ndaba ye substance abuse and the consequences it can actually produce empilweni yomuntu. Obviously in our social media pages and so we're ngoko.
TOMz. TOMz.
Welcome back, Mzansi, Sansaneli Libeleti, SABC 1, and this is, of course, Teenagers on a Mission. And of course, the substance abuse.
Yes, and if you've just joined us, ni late, but worry not, you can still join in because Sobuyela, we expert yet namhlanje who's going to let us in on substance abuse. Masibuyeleni.
So as a center, what kind of treatments do you guys offer, and like what benefits do they have, once they are out of treatment?
So when a person comes in here, whether they're alcoholic or drug addicts, they go through a process where they see a medical doctor first, and they are put on a detox program for 3 days, up to 5 days, or to a week. And then from there, you come out of the detox place, you come out and integrate with the rest of the patients down here, or clients as we call them, and you start working a program called the 12-step program. The 12-step is based on 12 steps. So the first step is to admit that I have a problem. If I don't admit that I have a problem, I'll be wasting my time. I'm going to go out there and use again. And then the program itself, the therapeutic part of it, we have group therapies, we have one-on-one sessions with social workers, with psychologists, addiction counselors. So there's groups and there's one-on-one counseling sessions. All these things are vital, they're very important for the program because people need to talk what's going on for them inside there. That's how we can help on, because this program, the way recovery works, we use the drugs and the alcohol to fill that hole, that void inside. So the program is inside coming out. We need everything inside to come out. That's recovery. After they've completed the program here, they'll go back home, go to their lives, but they carry on working the program. They come back to meetings that we do have here at the center. So there's a meeting every day of the night. People who are HIV, they have ARVs. We as recovering addicts and alcoholics, our medication is the meetings. The AA, the NA, the CA, that's our medication. We have to attend these meetings with like-minded people, share our thoughts, what's going on for us, as it is a spiritual program. We have to remain open-minded, honesty, and we have to be willing to do whatever it takes for us not to use drugs just for today.
All right, my boy, so that does it for today's mission.
Yeah.
Yo,
bro, I learned a lot addiction.
Yeah.
The different kinds of it, how it can be treated,
Yeah.
even how you can help someone on
Of course. Absolutely right. So would you say this was a mission accomplished?
Definitely.
High five to you, my boy. Mzansi Nasbolela Nani Sfigile Sabona, and we definitely accomplished namhlanje to not do drugs. Well, from myself and Tato, we out of here. Yes, Mzansi, it's that time again where we get to put your knowledge to the test with our TOMz quiz. Now, lapha kangadlala nathi on our social media pages. Just got that deep impendulo qansi iyona. Kwamanje mina ngifuna ukuthi kahle isiphi isikole sesivakashelayo and who will reign supreme when it comes to the TOMz Speed Round Master. Let's play.
Dumelang kaofela TOMzers, let's go le khethehile haholo ho rona ebile re le rata haholo, and that is why in today's episode re le ra checkela LE Naughty Secondary School. Re le ra buisana with the grade 10 learners, and we had loads and loads of fun. Re etse ntho e ba bitsang hore ke a focus group mo le ra bona rona re ka itukisa kae as TOMz. Ra ba fa le dibuka tse makatsang that will empower the learners and keep them motivated. Dibuka tse di tlo ba thusa ka career guidance hobane ke nako e tshwantseng ba nahane ka bokamoso ba bona. It's cool to be smart, guys, and don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Let's go read and we did exactly that at the dance off challenge. The presenters started against each other, and then we gave the learners a chance to see who could outdance them.
Alright, to Amaqembu Mabili have chosen the 3 participants.
We tested their knowledge with the TOMz quiz where we saw Team B winning the first round. We then moved on to the second round. Morlen Rabona, a grade 10 learner, Obamitzangoriki, Boitumela Mukwena, knocking everyone out. The speed round master.
All right, congratulations to Swam Boitumelo for making it through to the TOMz speed round master. Uzizwa kanjani?
Yeah.
Last woman standing.
I'm feeling so happy. Yeah.
All right, cool. Swami now. So we have a puzzle lana in front of you, right? The exact same pattern and you're fully enkulu on top of a small one, right? So one piece at a time, and you're only allowed to use just one hand. We know 2 minutes to do exactly that. And Oma Ushai is Katsako in the fastest time possible. Ushai Zonki Kole, so Tati Kamalako Silbegi TOMz log, and you actually become a guest presenter on SABC 1. How does that make you feel?
Yeah. Very exceedingly.
Excited, right?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So 2 minutes wako okala right about Njinga Manje. Asa Mrs. Swami, go. You guys can help her and cheer her on, yeah? Oh,
Hello, Luna, but all you have to do is email tomz@sabc.co.za. Hutsabaman, you never go check a school on Sahau.
like, I have to stop you right there. Unfortunately, you've been disqualified because Obeyan Kuli on top of a small one all the time.
In like substance abuse, ikhula up in Mzansi Africa amongst abantu abatsha. So one can only ask what the future holds for substance abuse. Let's look at it.
Africa Borwa he ina le alcohol consumption e leng hore e phahame haholo mo dilemong tse fetileng. And ke tshwetsang hore he re be ranked as one of the top 20 biggest drinking nations in the world. Batho ba bangata mo Africa Borwa ba tswela pele ntse ba sebedisa diritibatsi, and nomoro ya teng e tswela pele ntse e hola ke ka mokgwa he mo Africa Borwa e tsebahala as one of the world's drug abuse capitals. Diritibatsi he ke ntho e leng hore e tswela pele ntse e hola ebile di a change with newer and more dangerous synthetic drugs tse leng hore di bolaya batho ba bangata. With the rise of technology, batho ba bangata he batho ba batla diritibatsi, and then ho ba le di underground illegal markets ba leng hore ba etsa various types of illegal drugs.
Alright guys, that sums up Inkubu yetu ya namhlanje. And typically you guys learned a lot, and also know that up at TOMz we like to have fun, but we also like to learn about the important things in life. Do know that the conversation does not end here. You can visit our social media pages. On Facebook we are simply TOMz, and on Twitter we are TOMZ_SABC_1.
Absolutely right. And also to keep tabs on the show, all you have to do is simply visit www.sabceducation.org.za/TOMz. Otherwise, it's goodbye from us. So long. Check out what's coming up on the next episode of TOMz.
Some of fellow starting on the next episode of TOMz. About one of the project illuminates the animal prosthetics. 130 prosthetics key in Ibilibadi and Zishwa. About the way to take the history of prosthetics. The one of about prosthetics Muyakai. Roots has to root about Harbala the TOMz quiz. Uskale balo shebela TOMz kalabonella mhlali ka half past 2 mo SABC 1 Mzansi the show.